How's it going, everyone? This is Mitchell Mander here, and welcome to another review of the Boruto anime. Today we're going to be covering episode 177, which this episode may seem like it's a filler episode, just one of the transitional episodes that doesn't seem too plot relevant, but rest assured I can tell you that this episode is something that you should probably check out just because the sensory system that's brought up in this episode is something that's seen in the manga, and it's going to be pretty important in the upcoming arcs. So, yeah, you should check this episode out. Anyways, before I get on the review, I just want to say if you like this type of content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Anyways, let's get on to that review. Before I get onto the actual review, I want to mention that the opening actually got updated here, in which we can actually see Kawaki's face, along with the other Kara members' faces, which is pretty awesome, which shows that these characters are coming very, very soon to the anime. And with Jump Festa coming up next week, we're going to learn who's going to be voicing these characters, so yeah, get hyped, folks. So the main plot in this episode is that Ino has organized a bunch of shinobi, which includes her son, to test out the sensory system, which they're doing in collaboration with the Scientific Ninja Tools team, which has been developed following the end of the 4th Great Shinobi War, in which this sensory system basically detects a person's chakra when they immediately enter the system. If you're somebody that's a citizen already, you're fine, and your chakra's already registered, but somebody new or an intruder shows up, their chakra will be immediately detected, and they will be dealt with pretty quickly under this new system. So Inogen was actually selected for the test because he did well in the ability test beforehand, not to mention he knows the basics from his mother, though he's not exactly a sensory ninja, as he's more skilled with his father's skill set. But anyways, he meets up with Boruto and Shikadai, in which they're actually participating in the operational test as well, though they're going to be acting as intruders for Inogen and the others to find. And one thing to note here is that Shikadai has the bingo book out, and he has to memorize everybody that's in the bingo book as a chunin. So we'll bring up that plot point later on. Anyways, Inogen is paired up with Kohan Yamanaka. Not really sure how he's related to Ino and Inogen, probably like a cousin or something like that. But anyways, they're paired up for this operational test. And Inogen beforehand is like, yeah, just so you know, I'm not exactly my mother, which is basically indicating to them that, yeah, I'm not exactly a sensory ninja. But anyways, they go through the morning test of the operational test, and unfortunately, Inogen he's so rusty that he ends up completely failing every time in the morning test. And yeah, even Kohan over here is like, you're Ino's son, and you're this bad at being a sensory ninja. Anyways, Inogen goes back to his mother, and she's basically like, hey, I see that you didn't perform very well in the morning test. You know what? You're not a sensory ninja. You don't have to participate any further. You don't have to participate in the afternoon test. So Inogen, he's a bit disappointed, but he actually ends up running into his father, Sai. And I thought this scene was actually pretty nice in the episode, in which he actually talks to Inogen about Ino's father, who died in the 4th Great Ninja War, who basically went out trying to save the world, giving the ninja in the 4th Great Ninja War, vital intel on their enemy. So one thing that Sai brings up here is that the reason why Ino is so, why she's doing all of this, and especially in her ninja missions as well, why she takes them so seriously, is that she's basically trying to, carry on her father's will, and she wants to impart that knowledge to her son. So I thought that was actually a pretty nice scene. So this actually gives Inogen encouragement to continue the operational test. Now Shikadai ends up going back to Kohan, and he basically asks him to, hey, can you teach me some basics right now? I'm still a bit rusty, so if you could show me some tricks, I'm willing to learn it. So Kohan actually tells him what to do, and he actually picks up pretty quickly, and he actually detects some people's chakra, so they continue on with the test, and they go to a construction site. However, when Inogen conducts the test, he manages to find Shikadai, who was the intruder, but he detects an unusual chakra in the area. Kohan's a little bit wondering, he's like, okay, we're not focusing on that, we're focusing on the test. But then Inogen's he's very determined to figure out what this unusual chakra is. And Shikadai actually steps up and basically, yeah, Inogen's kind of grumpy, but he doesn't lie, so can we actually figure out what's going on here? So Kohan allows the boys to figure out what this unusual chakra is. Anyways, Inogen and Shikadai and Boruto, who's now involved, suspect that this dude that's a maintenance worker has this unusual chakra, as Inogen felt that it was a bit creepy and it seemed unusual. However, this guy actually left the village the previous day, so it can't be this guy. He went to a wedding, and he's been gone for a day, so it can't be this guy, but why is his chakra being registered now? And Boruto, Shikadai, and Inogen are talking. They're trying to figure out, what's going on. This doesn't make sense. This is not adding up. And Shikadai immediately realizes something. Realizes there's this dude in the bingo book that, he's been looking through. His name is Yoshiro, and the guy has the ability to basically change his own chakra. He can copy someone else's chakra and make it his own, pretty much. So, in other words, he used a transformation jutsu to basically camouflage himself, and then he copies someone else's chakra so that the sensory system doesn't pick up on it. So this guy, that's kind of actually a pretty broken ability that could undermine the sensory system. But anyways, they actually end up pinpointing this guy. Inogen's sensory skills actually pick up. They're a lot better compared to the beginning of the episode. They manage to find this dude, and Boruto and Shikadai end up taking this guy, and they capture him. So, Inogen basically, not only did he pass the afternoon test, well, quote-unquote afternoon test, he ends up catching the dude in the bingo book. So, good job, Inogen. No, I actually want to say I actually thought this was a pretty good episode overall. I actually like the fact that we're actually getting this information on the sensory system, and it adds to what we're going to be seeing in the manga very soon. So this is definitely an episode I recommend checking out. I like the fact that Inogen he's had this issue. This is something that's been previously an issue for him in the past, and here he is overcoming it slightly. It shows him getting a little bit more adept to his sensory skills, so I thought that was pretty nice. I will say that on the con side of the episode, I will say that it was a tad bit predictable. A lot of transitional episodes are like this, where a character has an issue, they're struggling with this issue, but towards the end of the episode, they're able to overcome this issue, and sometimes they end up catching a criminal. This has happened a couple times in previous Boruto episodes, so I will admit the predictability of the episode is definitely something that I wasn't a big fan of, but overall I still think that this was a pretty enjoyable episode. And with that said, that's pretty much all I got for this episode review. So I'm going to give this episode a solid 7 out of 10. So guys, in the comment section down below, what did you think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Post your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'll talk to you guys all later. You all stay safe out there and have a great day or night wherever you're at. See ya.